This is the poster presentation for Cloud Computing for Engineers by Wei-Chun Kyu and Dr. Samuel Adib from the University of Alberta. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a technology that provides access to a virtually infinite pool of powerful computing resources over the internet without the need for local servers that can quickly become obsolete. However, using these cloud services can be highly complex. In contrast, MecSimCalc.com offers a user-friendly solution specifically designed for engineers. It simplifies the process into 3 easy steps: inputs, code, and outputs. Users can effortlessly create input fields using a drag-and-drop interface, write calculations in Python using an in-browser code editor, and display the code outputs using a familiar rich text editor. Next, I'll take you through the 3 different steps, starting with the inputs on the left-hand side. So starting with the inputs editor, you can see we have a list of components on the right side, ranging from text inputs to number inputs to checkboxes. Once you drag it onto the editor, you can intuitively resize and reposition the different components by just dragging and clicking. To edit each component, just click the blue circle with the pen icon. For better organization, the inputs are grouped into different groups, and you can see this in the inputs viewer image below. Each of the different components has a variable name associated with it, and you can follow the blue arrow as it links to the code section. In the Python code, we can access the user inputs defined in the previous step by using the inputs variable. Here in the code step, you have a full-on code editor right in your browser without any installation. This editor also comes with some handy tools like error checking, syntax checking, and the ability to debug and run the code. Now this is the step where you would write your calculation code in the Python coding language, and then you would run it in the cloud where you have access to the computational resources available in the cloud. At the very end of this main function defined in your code, there is a return statement, and in here is where you would return the results of your calculation code. Now taking these results, we can follow the blue arrow and go into our output step. In our output step, you can see we have a standard rich text editor as you would see in any word processing application. Here you have access to all your familiar tools like bold, heading, highlights. This way you can format the outputs as you like and directly embed the outputs from your code into your editor. Now below the outputs editor, we have the outputs viewer once the user actually uses it. And you can see we have all of the same text and formatting, except now the output values, instead of being variables, is now actual numbers or images. With this application, you're able to output images or even interactive maps. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the funding and support provided by the engineering at the University of Alberta, as well as the NSERC Research Award. Thank you for listening to my presentation.